This is it. I am so gassed about making this video today because F1 Manager 2022 has been announced. It is coming later this year in the summer. I'm so ready for this. The announcement trailer's just dropped. I've not seen it yet. Let's watch it for the very first time, and then we'll dive into the press release with all the details that we can expect from this game. Oh my god, I am so ready for this. It's only 1 minute, but it's gonna be so good.
This is a sport like no other. Countless hours of planning and preparation have brought you here. You have tested, strategized, tuned to perfection.
It's called the official audio.
Your drivers and crew have practiced relentlessly. They are focused, synchronized, ready for your lead. And from the moment the lights go out, the decisions you make, the risks you take.
It's got all real
this
stuff.
Is what gets
Fully
your
licensed.
team to the podium.
Are those the
You have what it
graphics in
takes to
game?
win.
That wasn't it. That was like literally not even that much to go off, but it was so sick. But let's go through this bit by bit. I mean, first of all, the first thing I want to go to is if this is actual like in-game sort of graphics we're going to be getting, like being able to zoom in this close, or just even like the track map from far in 3D and zooming out, that's going to be sick. But the whole thing, they had from the get-go, literally, it's fully licensed, of course. F1 are, have licensed this with Frontier devs. If you don't know the developers that made Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, the best in the business when it comes to management games. It's all fully licensed, so they've got actual audio from Horner, team radios. So could that mean that we have official audio bits in the game from not just, Sky Media personnel, but actual drivers and the team principals, maybe? I don't know, but you can hear them there in the background.
The fastest
Their engine cut, have some more later on.
To perfection. Your drivers and crew have practiced relentlessly. They are focused, synchronized, ready for your lead.
Oh, I'm so gassed. I'm so hyped. This is not even that much to go off in terms of a visual trailer, but I'm so gassed. Right, we're going to get into the actual details and the PR release of this whole thing. Okay, so here we go. The official page of F1 Manager 2022. This is what the logo is going to look like, and that is literally the name, F1 Manager 2022. We're so excited to reveal the game, brand new official management game of the FI Formula 1 champ. That's so good. You guys will know, all my OG viewers from the Motorsport Manager PC days, the whole time we were like, it's an amazing game at the time in 2016, but it was just missing the official licenses and maybe more budget and resources to make a sequel and improve on it, because it was the same game. Obviously, I played it for so many years on this channel, but it got old after a while because there was no development, no updates to it. But now, with the backing of actual F1 and Frontier devs, this is going to be so good. Launching this summer, no official date. Summer could mean June, it could mean July, it could mean August maybe if you want to go real late. Obviously, the Codemasters game is probably going to come out around July, you would say, usually typically around the British Grand Prix weekend, so I don't think they'll want to coincide that too close. So I suspect it may either come earlier or after the Cody's F1 game. I'm going to hedge my bet on earlier. I reckon it might come earlier just so they can get ahead of the curve, and this game's been in development for longer, so maybe they could bring it out earlier. I'm not too sure, but let's see. So launch this summer on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. Okay, I didn't think that. I just assumed it was going to be PC, but no, it's on consoles as well. That's really great. Challenges you to play a pivotal role in the paddock of the world's most exhilarating motorsport. Become the team principal of any of the 10 teams from the 2022 Formula 1 Championship. Compete on the official circuits over multiple years. Hire real-world drivers drivers and engineers. So we're going to get real engineers, not just the drivers as well. Expand your HQ, build the next dominant force in Formula 1. It's all in your control. Drive every decision. With decades of experience developing acclaimed management titles, Frontier, like I said, is going to be the best place to be. Obviously, Play Sport Games did an amazing job of what they did with Motorsport Manager, but now it's time for Frontier and F1 to take over the reins of a fully officially licensed manager game. Handle the day-to-day running of an F1 team, overseeing the long-term strategies, making split-second decisions to guide your crew to victory. Rivalries, sponsorships, regulation changes. Love it. I mean, it's almost like reading what My Team career mode's about, but it's now with the manager, it's the management aspect of it. So we had that a little bit in previous manager games of rivalries, but now this is probably hopefully going to be a whole system of actual engineer rivalries, maybe team rivalries. Sponsorships obviously going to be there, regulation changes, navigating these and more, and then come to the race weekend, create and execute the perfect strategy for success. Between now and the launch, we'll be sharing plenty of info and insight. For now, though, here's a quick look at some of the features. Awesome. Keep it coming, please, please, please. So here we go. Career. Become the best. Write your own chapter in a new era of Formula 1. Become the team principal of an F1 team and steer them to glory. So interesting. I've not heard anything about creating your own team. So I guess maybe that won't be an option, that we're going to be only able to select real life teams. Maybe that's something that's in the pipeline for a future manager game, because we know Frontier have signed on for multiple games in the future. So like the actual Cody's F1 games, maybe they're just making sure the foundations are here right now with all the licensing of real F1 teams, and in the future they'll be able to work out a deal like with Codemasters where you can make your own team, maybe with your own generic FOM car shape, maybe, or whatever, but you'll take control of a top outfit. And will you take control of a top outfit and instantly compete for race wins, so i.e. one of the top 3 teams or whatever, or manage a team further down the field and guide them up the grid, the road to glory? Williams, take Haas, get them up to the top there, keep the board happy. So there's going to be a board of directors we're going to have to answer to keep them happy by hitting season targets and long-term goals. Support and develop your contracted drivers or scout and hire from the official F1, F2 and F3 lineups. So in terms of the driver market, scouting people for future seasons, we're going to get the whole shebang, F1 down to F3, available as a pool to sign talent from. That is amazing. That's great news, because I wasn't too sure. I was like, oh, F1 manager game, fully licensed, is it going to be like Cody's are, where it started off just F1? But no, they're just going in with a full shebang, the whole formula ladder of the top 3 in FIA licensing. So that's awesome. Build a team in your image, balance the books, make critical decisions, and forge an unforgettable legacy. Absolutely awesome. And these look to be screenshots, because it says F1 Manager here. So this is actually, well, I don't know exact gameplay images or whatever, but it's, in engine, I would say. This is in the engine that the game is going to be running on. So, if we go back to that trailer, if this is actual in-game kind of, made in the engine, this is sick. Like, this is really, really good. I mean, you've got to remember, it's a management game. So, the gameplay graphics of it aren't exactly as important as they would be in the Cody's games, because it's a manager game. You're going to be looking at the outside track for a lot of the time. There'll be so much info and, numbers and stuff. It's a very nerdy game, so it doesn't actually have to be that amazingly intense on graphics. But I've got to say, the in-game stuff here, if this is from the actual engine itself, looks really, really good. So that's really, really promising. The HQ, build your team. Your constructor team is the beating heart of racing operations. Between races, control every facet of your team from the HQ. Love to hear that. The more you have to deal with, the more obstacles, the better always in management games. That was always the issue with Motorsport Manager, is when we were playing it for years and years, you'd done everything, you'd seen everything, so you need as many obstacles in your way to manage, just like in real life. Monitor the performance of your drivers and staff, so we have to actually work on the staff itself. We heard earlier, we'll be able to sign real engineers, so they'll have the actual, real life, actual aero engineers or mechanical engineers or whatever, or at least the top heads, the actual top ones that you know of in the news and whatever. they'll be there, and we have to maybe manage them as well. The morale, potentially keep your finances in the black, and scout and poach best in-class staff from your rival team. So there you go, poaching from your rival team. So you're gonna have to keep them happy. You're gonna have to obviously set salaries probably to try and poach them away and stuff like that. I'm guessing upgrade and maintain state-of-the-art facilities such as wind tunnel or design center to see the potential of your team source. So I'm picturing, hopefully, literally like was the case of Motorsport Manager, a whole HQ grid where there's different buildings, and just like in real life, like Red Bull are doing, for example, in real life, they're literally playing this manager game in real life. They're building up an engine facility to obviously make their own engines for the new regulations in 2026. So we're going to be doing that. We know right now so far there's a wind tunnel, design center. We don't know anything else about what else could be in the HQ, but I'm guessing, surely stuff like staff center or, HR, to keep staff happy. We're going to have things like, material building and whatnot. We've got to have like just a main HQ for all your other designers, your aerodynamicists and whatnot. So it's going to be there. See the potential of your team soar. Potential, hopefully, building out an HQ, you would hope. The factory, perfect your car. Get your hands on 2022's bold new car design and race closer to your opponents than ever before. Design and assign new parts for your car to prepare for the race ahead. Choose your engineering approach to gain advantages on upcoming circuits. So, will you develop a well-balanced system? Focus on areas needing improvement, so like aero or engine, potentially. You go to Monza, you're going to need a much better straight line speed than aero. You get to Singapore, you're going to need more aero versus engine. So that's going to be interesting to see. They mentioned, actually changing specific parts and new parts. So how detailed will we get? Will it be simply front wing, rear wing, suspension, side pod aero, or just aero in general? Or will it be even more detailed than we've ever seen in other previous Motorsport Manager games? We'll have to see. Utilize cutting edge technology to fine tune each part, unlocking the full potential of your world-class racing machine and leaving your competition in the dust. So utilizing cutting edge technology to fine tune, that to me sounds like it's going to be really detailed in terms of like, you almost like you have in like Gran Turismo tuning car parts. It's going to be that close to detailing. So it's not just about upgrading the whole front wing, it's about tuning it as well to maybe like get the right kind of optimal angle in the race, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we're just basing off what we're reading right here, but the wording of that, it's very specific. Fine tune. That gives me hope that's going to be really, really detailed. Finally, the race. Create and execute your strategy. From lights out to the checkered flag, you're in control. Drive every decision from driver call-outs to pit strategy, tire choices. Use driver feedback and engineering insight to plan your approach. So again, like we've seen with previous manager games, kind of, using the free practice sessions, getting feedback on the setup you use on your cars, and then go from there. Driver call-out. So, obviously just, letting them know what they want to do. Pit strategy, tire choices, all of that is going to be available to us. Be prepared to react to dynamic race events. So safety cars, weather change. So we are going to get the safety car, we're going to get weather in there. There'll be other things obviously to factor in as well. Immerse yourself in a hyper-realistic simulation of an official F1 race, presented in a true-to-life broadcast quality. So that would suggest that these graphics are actually going to be from the in-game engine, but true-to-life broadcast quality. So does that mean, the official live timing style on the left-hand side like we see on TV, and every little thing is literally like we see on TV? If it is, that'll be so cool. Use important data to make crucial calls that can make or break your race, always on a razor's edge between crushing defeat and glorious victory. This is just a glimpse of what we got until we go lights out this summer. That is so exciting. I am so gassed. I'm just going to play this on repeat in the background because this is all so exciting. In terms of actual reveal from a video, we don't even have that much, and I'm so excited. That press release was sick, though. The detailing, the wording there, it sounds like they're going to go the full hog. They're going to go full detail. There's not going to be any kind of playing down and simplifying of it. This is going to be a nerdy as hell F1 manager game, and I think you guys will agree we want nothing more. Those of us that like these kind of games, so many many of you guys, hopefully so many of you guys that used to watch my Motorsport Manager series have come back to watch this video if you're hyped for it, because I'm calling back out to all of you that used to watch that series with me when I was uploading it and that game came out. This is a game that you're going to want to know about, and I am so ready. If you're new around here, get subscribed, because I'll be all over this game. I played Motorsport Manager for 4-5 years without any updates. I am gassed and so ready for a new manager game, and this one is fully licensed by Formula 1, so it's going to have the whole great graphics, the official F1 teams, official real-to-life TV graphics maybe, and all the detailing it seems like that's going into it. I'm so gassed, and as always, as any news comes out, any more videos, whatever, gameplay, reveal, announcement, whatever, I'll be there all over it. So get subscribed if you're new around here. Hit the like button for this video though, guys, if you found this informative and are gassed as much as I am for this. Let me know in the comments below. Till then, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.